Hey you guys, welcome back to See Mini Mom. I'm Mindy. Today I wanted to share with you 10 household organizational hacks that help me keep my house from descending into complete and utter chaos. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, fair warning. If you are looking for one of those beautiful household organization videos with these like Pinterest perfect storage systems with matching bins and glass jars that like look decorative, there's nothing wrong with that, but that is not this video. In fact, I don't think I have purchased like new storage bins or baskets or shelves or any kind of storage solutions for a while. I just keep trying to repurpose the ones that we have in our house. So if I'm storing toys in a basket and the kids outgrow those toys and I send them to Goodwill, then I will just keep that bin or that basket and use it somewhere else in my house. I've decided that if I get to the point where I need new storage bins and containers, I first need to check and just see if I have too much stuff. It might be time to purge some things and make room for the stuff that we're actually using. So the tips I'm going to share with you are things that I have developed in recent months or even things I've been doing for years that just kind of helps us, stay on top of things or maybe organize like a hot zone for clutter in our house. Maybe saves us time because we're very busy. I have 3 children who are 11, 8, and 7. So some of these solutions help them be a little bit more independent and a little bit more intentional with keeping up with their stuff. But I hope that you find these helpful or that maybe it inspires another idea that could help you in your house. Let's jump into the video. Sitting in my son's closet so I can show you something that I have been doing for years now where the kids' daily outfits are concerned. When my oldest was very little, my husband would actually get her ready for daycare. And sometimes I would be like, what in the world is she wearing? And I mean, it was so great that my husband was willing to like get her up and change her diaper and get her fed and get her in an outfit. But I'd be running out the door and be like, what did you put her in? Do you not see the clothes that are in her drawer? So I actually purchased drawers like this years ago. They're just little, plastic drawers. And I would put 1 or 2 outfits in each of these drawers so that my husband could get my daughter dressed and close the match. So sorry to throw you under the bus, hubby. I love you. But this actually carried over to when the kids got bigger and they started to dress themselves. So instead of, trying to lay out their clothes every single day or going through, a little bit of a fight in the morning over what am I going to wear? No, I don't want to wear that. I don't want to wear that. Whenever the laundry comes out of the dryer, I will put outfits together and I will put 1 outfit in each of these drawers. And then I'll put the rest of the laundry away or the kids will put it away for me. And so when they are getting ready in the morning, they can get up and come down and eat breakfast, and then they can come and get ready for school, and they will have outfits to choose from. So they still have some choices, but it's all stuff that, goes together and that is weather appropriate and so on and so forth. So my oldest daughter is outgrowing this. She puts her own outfits together now. She's 11, so she's capable of doing that. But my 2 little ones, my 7 and 8-year-old, I still use this method for them. So I will have outfits in these drawers for them to get themselves ready in the morning, which saves me a lot of time and it saves a lot of like fuss and fighting in the morning over what are we going to wear. This little organizational hack is one that I am pretty proud of. This is just a little storage cabinet that we have in our living room, kind of a decorative storage cabinet here. Down there we have, some books and some DVDs and things like that. But this drawer right here is our charging drawer. And I had my dad drill a hole in the bottom of the drawer in the back. And then there's a hole on the back side of the cabinet so that an extension cord can come through. So we have like a little charging station here plugged in this drawer. So an iPad can lay down in here and a phone. I've got my watch charger in here. Looks like we have a Kindle charging. I've got some extra chargers that are compatible with other devices in here, some extra headphones, so that when we need to charge something, it can go in this drawer and close and we won't have cords sticking out all over the place. Yay. I have found over the years that it is necessary to have a place for random things or a bin or a basket where I can toss stuff if I want to clean up in a hurry. And in our previous home, when our kids were babies, we actually had a set of cabinets next to the fireplace, and I would keep a laundry basket in there, and I would just go through and throw like their little toys or things that were in the living room, and then I could put the basket away in that cabinet next to the fireplace. So if somebody was coming over or if I was just a little overwhelmed looking around, I let myself off the hook as far as finding the individual places for all of these items, because sometimes I just don't have the time. But if I have a place where I can just gather them all, and especially if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about, because they like little bitty things, it seems like. And we end up with all these little bitty small things things strewn all over the floor or all over a particular room or area in our house. So I now have a bin. My mom got this for me and it literally says stuff. And that's what it is. And it's just random things that I might find lying around, and maybe I don't have the time in that moment to go to another place in the house and put it away. But whenever this gets full or I have a minute, I will, take that with me around the house and I'll put the things where they go. Or if they need to be donated or put into the trash, that's where they go too. But I think that it's nice just to have a place where you can throw things, and when you get to it, you can come and put them away, but they're not left out cluttering up your home. One of the things we have done over the past few years is try to help our kids be a little bit more independent, which saves us some time if they do some things for themselves. For instance, my kids can fix themselves their breakfast and they can pack their own lunches. And we've given them some parameters where that's concerned, but there are certain things that they can make for themselves, which saves me time during the day. But our cabinets in our kitchen are kind of high for our little ones, and they have a difficult time reaching like bowls and plates and stuff like that are up there. So I found it very helpful to have a low drawer in our kitchen that has some kid-friendly plates and bowls down here so that they can actually access the things that they need to make themselves a bowl of cereal or get a plate out so that they can make a cheese quesadilla or fix themselves a sandwich. And then obviously the silverware is within reach as well. So if you are wanting your kids to become a little bit more independent, I am one of those people who thinks that kids are capable of so much more than we think they are. I mean, my kids can fix themselves toast. They can fix themselves a sandwich. They can fix themselves a turkey and cream cheese roll-up or a bowl of cereal. But you can help make this possible for your kids by making sure that there are some utensils and some tools within reach for them so that you're not having to stop what you're doing to come out to the kitchen and get themselves like a plate or a bowl. You know what I'm saying? I recently did a realistic pantry organization video. I will leave that linked up here and down in the description box. But the main thing I'm thinking about when I organize my pantry is keeping things visible. So sometimes that means emptying things into containers like the ones you see here so that the children know what their options are for snacks, for cereal, for lunches. That also means keeping open packages of things towards the front, like these bins you see behind me here that are full of open packages of rice and pasta, and also putting the unopened packages behind them so that I have to bypass the open stuff in order to get to the unopened packages, and it'll jog my memory that there's something there that I need to use at first. So visibility is the name of the game so that I make sure that I am making good use of all of the things that I have on hand in my pantry. This is my chest freezer in the garage, and I cannot remember where I learned this trick. I want to say it was She's in Her Apron years ago, but I've been doing this so long that maybe it was a blog or maybe it was just a friend who showed me that they organized their chest freezer this way. I don't know. I'm just admitting that it was not my idea. So if you know where I saw this to begin with, feel free to jog my memory down below. I started putting like items in bags like this because then it's so much easier for me to find what I need. So I have a bag that has like meat and fish and chicken in it. I have a bag that has frozen vegetables and potatoes in it if I ever have like bags of hash browns or french fries. I have a bag that has bread products if I ever have extra rolls or loaves of bread or tortillas or something like that. I don't have a lot of that right now. And then I put anything in bigger containers, like these are meal preps, these are freezer meals here at the bottom. So when I do it this way, it's so much easier for me to find what I'm looking for because I just pull out the bag that I need and then I just fish through the bag to find what it is that I'm looking for in the freezer. But there's an idea for a chest freezer organization that kind of keeps things from piling up and then you don't remember what you have. This is an area that I have been working on recently, and it is a work in progress. We kind of were in need of a landing spot for all of the gear and shoes and uniforms and practice clothes for all of the activities that the kids do. And we don't really have a mud room. This is actually my laundry room that I'm standing in, and this is one of the closets in the laundry room. We just took the doors off because it just made it easier to navigate. And I have set this up just to try to keep things organized and have a landing spot for all of this stuff so that, number one, it's not strewn all over the house, cluttering things up. And number two, we know where things are when we need to get them. So I've got two kids who do swim, one who does baseball, one who does gymnastics. Right here I have my son's ball uniforms hanging up and my daughter's competition gymnastics Leo. My oldest daughter's swim parka is here. And then I have a spot where they can set bags on top of here. In this little shoe shelf, obviously I've got some shoes and things. And I've got a basket for clean Leos for McKenna. Down here are some practice baseball pants and shirts that Britt can wear to practice. And then down here are sliders and socks for baseball. And here are just some swimsuits. These are not competition suits like Ruthie wears. She actually takes those upstairs and wrings them out in the shower and hangs them up in the shower to dry. So every time she goes to swim, she'll do that when she comes home and takes a shower. With everything else that is dirty, like ball uniforms, leotards, practice clothes, it goes in this basket right here because I want to wash that probably separately from other things, and I may need to wash things quickly so that they have them again. But Brick and McKenna and Ruthie, if she's doing anything where she's getting stuff that needs to be washed, it goes right there. And then we have beach towels, swimming towels here, and a couple of empty spots that I can use as we grow and have more stuff. But here is just a container where I have goggles, and then up here is a bucket full of sunscreen and bug spray. I've also got some space up here for things. Those are just extra towels. We don't really use those around the house, but sometimes they come in handy for messes or if we really need some extras for the pool. And I'm gonna have space for stuff as we grow, but we just really wanted a landing spot for things, so I kind of made my own activity mudroom here, and I even have space for one more little bin there. And none of this stuff is new, you guys. None of these organizational things are new. I just brought them from other places in the house. I have actually been purging some in the toy room because the kids are outgrowing a lot of their toys. So I was able to bring this shelf and the little organizing boxes down from the playroom, and the same goes for this little shoe organizer. I was using this to store some toys, and they just have outgrown that stuff. So I decided just to move it down here. I'm just making use of things that we already have and space that we already have. Hopefully you guys can see this because I know the lighting isn't very good, but this is just our hall closet where we keep coats and hats and scarves and mittens and stuff like that. But down here at the bottom is a perfect size space for a giveaway box. And so I just always keep one in here, and I will throw in clothes as the kids outgrow them, or shoes, or household items, or decoration items that we no longer need. As I come across things that I don't want to hold on to anymore and that are in good enough shape to be donated, I put them in that box. And when that box is full, I take it directly to my car and I will drop it off at a donation center. And there are several donation centers that are on my regular path, whether I'm going to work or to school or taking the kids somewhere. There are at least 3 that I drive by on a regular basis. So at some point in time, once that box makes it into my car, it's not a big deal for me to drive up to a donation center and just drop it off. I know that sounds odd to only take one box at a time, but it works great for getting stuff out of the house and kind of minimizing as we want to and need to, and not letting the clutter build up. So this is just a drawer in our kitchen. It is right on the way out to the garage, and inside of it I have a bin with clean masks, and I also have some disinfecting wipes and some hand sanitizer, and I also always keep disposable masks as well. And when the children come into the house, they know that there are only 2 places where their mask can go. If they haven't been wearing it very long and they're going to wear it again, it hangs on a hook where the jackets go. But if they're not going back out again, it goes into a bucket that is on top of the washing machine, and then I can wash them and hang them up to dry later. And then once they are dry, I put them back in this bucket. But it keeps everything kind of running smoothly so we don't lose as many masks or misplace them or wonder if they're dirty or clean or if they've been used or whatever if we see them lying around. And then of course I have just some additional things that sometimes we need when we are leaving the house. There you go. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment and let me know if you have any tips or tricks for organizing a particular space or maybe certain items in your household that we could use. I'll be sure to check in with another video very soon. Bye.